We're taking a look at famous folks who must have made a fortune, or at least a tidy sum, with their work, but who somehow saw their empires crumble. Here are the top 10 celebrities who went broke. Wesley Snipes. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, he brought the leather-clad vampire hunter Blade to life, launching a profitable series. Snipes, on the other hand, may have been too enamored with his celebrity and income to notice that he owed the IRS money. He and a few of his financial advisors were charged in 2006 with a variety of tax-related offenses, including conspiracy to defraud the United States. He was convicted of neglecting to file tax returns 2 years later and sentenced to 3 years in prison. Snipes is out today and getting back on track after his stint in prison. Kim Basinger. This blonde beauty is well known for a variety of things, including her stunning appearance and her marriage to Alec Baldwin. What's less well known is her bizarre financial decision in the late 1980s. She spent $20 million on the town of Braxton, Georgia, at the suggestion of her family, reportedly to turn it into a tourist destination and start a film festival. When she backed out of a movie deal in 1993, she was fined $8 million by the studio for breach of contract, forcing her to sell the town and file for bankruptcy. Iverson. You have to wonder why so many sportsmen continue to make poor financial decisions despite the fact that there are so many horror stories to learn from, such as Iverson's. Iverson was once one of the NBA's highest-paid players, but he was a bad boy on and off the court, and he was supposedly broke just a few years after leaving the league in 2010. Iverson accepted employment in a European basketball league to make ends meet after allegedly spending his money on pricey jewelry and other foolish expenditures. Reebok was fortunate in that he had set up $30 million in a trust fund for a rainy day. The only problem is that he'll have to wait until 2030 to use it. Coleman. This actor was noted for being broke and eternally hapless, in addition to his well-known character in Different Strokes. Coleman's financial difficulties were not caused by his own irresponsible spending, unlike practically everyone else on this list. Coleman lost the rest of his income to high medical bills due to the chronic kidney condition that gave him his juvenile appearance after suing his parents and financial advisor for theft of his funds. Despite his victory in the lawsuit, Coleman filed for bankruptcy in 1999 and spent the remainder of his life raising money for his medical costs through bizarre fundraisers. Belfort. The self-proclaimed Wolf of Wall Street trap sheet makes him look like the love child of capitalism and the devil himself. Belfort's unlawful actions finally caught up with him after he made his millions in the 1990s by scamming every investor he could with his investment firm, Stratton Oakmont, and developing a significant drug habit in the process. Belfort's company was liquidated, fines and settlements piled up, and he was sentenced to 4 years in prison. But here's the worst part. He was forced to pay $110 million in restitution. Janice Dickinson. The outspoken Dickinson, who once made $2,000 a day as the self-proclaimed first supermodel, has tied her name to various reality TV shows, with different degrees of success. Despite the fact that she appears to be always working, Dickinson is said to have filed for bankruptcy in 2013 due to a $1 million debt. According to reports, a plastic surgeon and an anti-aging clinic were owed a portion of the money. Unfortunately, Dickinson's quest for eternal youth and a lack of evident financial foresight were a bad mix. Tyson. It's simple to see how earning $30 million for a single fight could bias your understanding of and appreciation for financial preparation. Iron Mike's financial disaster was exacerbated by one too many headshots, a horrible divorce, and other addictions, all of which contributed to his bankruptcy filing in 2003. Tyson notoriously squandered his money on lavish purchases such as homes, cars, parties, and, yes, tigers, and ended up in problems not just with the IRS, but also in severe debt after he famously squandered his earnings on extravagant expenditures such as homes, cars, parties, and, yes, tigers. Nicolas Cage. Ever wonder why this Oscar winner, who is also reportedly one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, takes on so many projects that he must consider worthless of his time? Cage appeared to do everything he could to recoup his losses and repay his tax liens, including auctioning off some of his homes and his copy of Action Comics one after buying and selling real estate like it was going out of style, making bizarre purchases like castles, islands, and dinosaur skulls, and ending up $14 million in debt to the IRS. A situation he largely blamed on his former business manager, whom he sued for his troubles. Toni Braxton. Despite singles like Unbreak My Heart and record sales of more than $170 million, Braxton filed for bankruptcy twice. After repaying her advances, Braxton allegedly earned less than $2,000 in royalties from her first contract, and she also had a reputation as a shopaholic, which contributed to her first bankruptcy. After self-funding a Las Vegas review performance for a comeback attempt, she was diagnosed with angina and lupus, and physicians warned her she couldn't perform, resulting in bankruptcy number 2. But, with fresh success in lucrative private performances and on the reality show Braxton Family Values, luck appears to be on her side. MC Hammer. Stanley Burrell, whose alter identity produced one of the most renowned one-hit wonders ever, is maybe the most famous riches-to-rags story. Hammer's album sales dropped drastically in the early 1990s, prompting a slew of lawsuits accusing him of copyright infringement. Despite Hammer's allegations that the media has exaggerated his predicament, the Grammy-winning performer did declare bankruptcy in 1996 after amassing a staggering $13 million in debt, owing primarily to irresponsible spending and bad business decisions. Hammer, on the other hand, was too legit to quit. Which of these celebs is your favorite? Please tell us in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates about your favorite celebrities.
Thanks for watching.